Hey guys, welcome back to the Dungeon of NAHEULBEUK, or at least the Dungeon Master version of the Dungeon of NAHEULBEUK. We're gonna be working now on the victory condition for ZANGDAR, the tavern keeper, trying to locate the remaining barrels and stuff that we need. We only need 3 more, and then to have 150 customers in the tavern at a time. So we need to find those. Now, I've done a lot of raids, actually, with a whole bunch of them here with excavation points, trying to get lots of different things. I'm also working towards getting access to vampires and barbarians, because apparently to get those things, you just need to do a lot of raids against factions that have those things. Or basically, if I want to get barbarians, I need to go raid barbarians, right? So I went ahead and done a couple of these things that add dissatisfaction to the barbarians in hopes that maybe this will allow us to recruit them. I'd like to see what that's all about. So I did a couple here, and those are done. And then this one's attacking elves, but we're getting weapon regained. We can sell that immediately and get the money for it. And then just a whole bunch of stuff here, right? So the MNC and another thing against the cult. That's the dragon skeleton. You finally managed to do that. And we get the spell book. Death 101. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab that. So orc, goblin, trolls. We have lots of goblins. So we'll just send orc and lots of goblins. 62%. It's kind of it's not the greatest odds there, but I would go ahead and do it. And now I've done a bunch of stuff here. It looks like we're gonna have some dialogue for this. Let's take a look and see what it is.
Zandars! Bastards! Scum! The ignominy! This is criminal!
What's going on? We're under attack?
Worse! Bled dry and despoiled! Ransacked! It's a debacle! We're done for this time! The monk brewmasters of Glarg have tripled their rates!
Tripled? By Zor's slippers? Well, can't we just switch suppliers?
Switch suppliers? That's rich! These monk brewmasters ain't no joke! They've got a hold of this region's suds trade! We can't go anywhere without them!
What about a quick retaliatory visit to show them that we will not accept these rates?
Why not? Although I'm not sure what we're getting into. Well, they're just monks, after all.
Oh yeah, they're only monks.
A raid on one of their convoys should bring them to their senses. We could offer them our protection if they remain cooperative with their rates.
Yes.
What are you 3 up to? And where's the ale I ordered?
All right, so clearly there is a task we need to perform with there. If I go to the quests now, I don't see anything like that out here. So it doesn't look like it's added anything on this screen, but there's probably something on the raid map itself that talks about this. So this is the treasure hunt. I think it's not peace, maybe peace and sausages. Twisted Veil are about to take place. No, that's not the one with the monks. Fistful of bottles. Maybe this is it. Yes, right here. The monk brewmasters have tripled the rates, so we get a booze stash. I like it. So let's go ahead and do this. We need to send guards, warlock, cultists, etc. So we'll just send guards of the highest level we can find. We actually are doing pretty well on that now because our guards are mostly just sitting around training all day. They're going to get higher levels. I like that. So go ahead and do that. And we also have, looks like, noble here, right here, the blood barrels. This is exactly what we want. So domestics, guards, and spies. Domestics, guards, and spies. So there's a spy, and there's another spy, and there's 100%. Perfect. So that's going to take care of a couple of different things that we want. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Can we recruit? I want to recruit barbarians. I don't know how. This one is a vampire. So we can recruit this guy as a vampire. He is internivorous. Eats interns, rank 1. That's one way to make them useful. He's also a snorer. Applies an energy penalty to nearby minions when sleeping. We'll get a couple of these vampires just to kind of take a look at them. And they should be coming down the bridge now any second. We'll just speed up time really quick. There they are. Now I'll get a good look at them here.
Death would suit you well.
Okay. They don't look exactly the same, so I like how there's a little bit of diversity. Their outfits and stuff are the same, but they do have different facial characteristics. I like that. All right, cool. So we have a couple of vampires now. Great. Absolutely great. Can we? So I think we're getting these ones in the raid right now. We sell those for 40, which is fantastic. And then I think maybe the barrels of unidentified blood was something else we were going to get pretty soon. Oh, pathetic defeat. Gotta go back in there and get it again. Okay, this is for the Death 101 book. It was a 62%. It was never gonna be like a super high chances here. But we definitely want to ascend Orc level. That's the level 8. Level 8 Artisan, we'll send that. 7. And then we don't have any trolls anymore, so we'll just keep going with goblins. At 68% now, but we'll have to have the intel in order to do it. Is there anything else we can grab? Any other spell books that might potentially be lingering around here? Guild Banner doesn't really interest me. No, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna keep this going. We're about to get the Noble Blood Barrels. That's 100%. So we'll only need just the 2 after that. And of course, for the other victory condition, we already have the relics, so we're just trying to accumulate 100,000 gold at this point. And then for the builder, we can do that now, actually. So we just need to have a kitchen be max prestige and have Ravax's office be max prestige. So let's go ahead and do those things. Ravax's office needs a little bit of work, and I kind of want to move it because there's not a lot of room for it. So if I move Ravax's office, where would I put it? Maybe I could put it over here. That would be fine. If I move this relic to be there, and then move this one, if it fits, and go here. I'm all right with that. In front of that door. Do something like that. And then I can move Raybax's office to be on the 4th floor. He might enjoy that, just being away from Zangdar, you know? Be like, wow, this is so generous. Thank you, Supreme Overlord. All right, rotate this, and we'll just put this here for now. Yeah, so get rid of that desk. I'll have to replace the desk, but that's fine. We'll place that down. Then we want to add walls, and we're gonna have it be, I think, right to there. Yep. And then we'll add the walls also up to like that, and then we add the door to be across from the bank like that. And then I don't think that's... Did that get rid of the desk? It doesn't look like it. The desk looks like it's gonna remain, which is pretty good. And then we'll go ahead and make edits to that office as soon as they place everything. And then as far as the kitchen goes, while we're waiting on that, we have a kitchen that's very close to 4 stars. Not this one. This one here, we've unlocked the drinking water well, which just helps cooks to produce more vegetarian dishes. I think this is the one we can really hit for the 4 star. I suppose it's 4 star. Definitely wall decorations are where it's at here, and we'll place some extra wall decorations in the back behind that. I don't know if you would really want a banner behind the stove, but hey, that's what we're gonna do. That's just how evil we are. And then we'll have another banner there, and say there. That gets us the max level kitchen. And here's Ravax's office. So we want to move some of this stuff to be kind of just off to the edges here. And then we can go in and add modifications here to Ravax's office too. So maybe the remains of one soul called Jones. Pop that in here. Let's have the half orc lady. Gonna be like a guilty pleasure for him to look at orc ladies and elf ladies too. Just back here. We definitely don't want this big painting because that's got Zangdar on it, and he's not gonna want to look at Zangdar. So we'll put a little plant in the corner. This is actually quite difficult. There's a lot of stuff that needs to go in here. A goblin column could be kind of an interesting thing for the center of the room, but it doesn't really match. I prefer it to be a little bit different. Obviously, we could spam rugs as well, which is what so many people have told me to do, is just spam rugs, which, I mean, I get it. It's a boring way to go about it, but I understand what you're doing. If I go like this... Ooh, it doesn't quite fit, does it? I'd have to go like this to go all the way to the wall. But yeah, we could spam rugs. That does take care of it, doesn't it? It just, look it, it's all done. Yay. We did it, guys. Don't we feel accomplished? Like, I guess that's going to take care of the requirements, I suppose. A big open area with just a bunch of rugs, and ta-da, we have 5 stars, basically.
Master, you've won the greatest builder of the lands of Fang award. The dungeon has been recognized as the most advanced adventuring structure of our time.
Great.
At last! My architectural genius and my innate sense of tasteful construction were bound to be recognized for their true worth.
Indeed, your great concreteness. And we might finally be able to stop the work. I'm a bit tired of all the noise and scaffoldings.
You're just an ignorant rat. Why don't you mop up some of that dust off the floor?
Yes, Master.
Victory! I am now more famous than Xor himself. His pitiful palace can't compete with the dungeon of NAHEULBEUK.
Says the guy who never has to lug any of the firewood it takes to heat up the place.
All right, so we got the build goal. Very good. That's 2 victory conditions completed. All right, so Brick Weekly and Dungeons and Processes are teaming up to publish the ranking of the greatest dungeons in the lands of Fang. Do you have what it takes to meet the challenge? Yes, we do. And look at that statue of ZANGDAR. Oh, that's sweet. Hold on, we gotta have that. Let's find that statue. Is it something that goes in his office again? No, it's right here. 500 gold. Big statue of ZANGDAR. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that something? We should put that outside his office. If you're going to go and talk to ZANGDAR, you have to go through... You know what? We'll put it right here. It's right near his office. We'll say it's... I don't know. It's kind of hidden away, isn't it? Nobody's over there. You'd want to put it front and center, wouldn't you? If you were ZANGDAR, you'd want to put it front and center. Where's the door where everybody goes into the tavern? Right here, right? So maybe I placed it here. This is probably the better place for it. Everybody would see it here, right? So we move this to be... Yeah, let's move those there. The traps need to be moved as well. And these traps need to... Not sure what's going on with them. They're kind of in the middle of the floor here. Yeah, I want to move that trap to be, I guess, over here. And then this one can be over here like that. Yeah, and then you will just move to be there. All right, everybody's striking now, probably because I didn't place the statue. They just really want the statue, right? So let's find that right here, yep. And then we'll say ZANGDAR statue right there. Everybody will see that as they go into the tavern, right? All right, so what are you complaining about now? Is it the dwarves?
The Marie.
Wants less dwarves. Yep.
Yes? Who is
Wants
it?
less dwarves. All right, now somebody said, they said it's a ratio. It's not about the number of dwarves, it's the number of dwarves relative to the rest of the people. Okay, let's test your theory. All right, I'm not above trying things out. So we'll take and grab, let's take, we don't need executioners at all anymore. So why don't we have some more warlocks for the astral energy? We'll have, let's say, a couple more human cooks added, a couple more domestics, and a few more spies. Okay? So I've added other people. We're up to 203 out of 210 now. And let's see if they stop striking. So far, that's not the case. Nope, they're still striking. Okay, so what we'll do now, right, is the original thing that was requested, which is to remove dwarves, right? And we're going to go in and we're going to say that you are fired. That's 1 dwarf got down. And we'll also fire one of the bankers. I've fired 2 dwarves. Do they quit now? Maybe I need to fire even more than 2.
Oh dear. Dwarves are such a pain.
Nope, that's it. So just fire the 2. Okay, now they're going to go back to doing what they're doing. All right. So, all right, cool. We should have the blood. What? What is this? Purple pirates are taking over the tavern. Excuse me? They are not. They will not be. Come in to squat and occupy your tavern. Purple pirates, really? All right, well, I don't know. Are they in here already? Yeah, a lot of rich people in here now, yeah? Look at all the wealthy people, all their fancy outfits and stuff. There we go. We catered to their wealthy now. That's great. Let's take a look at the raid screen. Noble blood barrels are very close to being done. It's so close. And it's done now. Okay, there it is. We now have the noble blood barrels. And those ones are ones we can sell for a lot. But I can't edit this until the purple pirates are done doing what they're doing. Doesn't seem like I can really do anything about it until that happens. See what they want.
There you go. Negotiations with Twisted Veils over. We'll get our sausages.
Phew! Trust me, you don't want to pull those off the menu.
And the villagers agreed to pay the dungeon for their protection. It's a win-win situation.
I wonder if this was worth it. So much effort. And for what? Deli meat.
Affirmative! The troops' morale depended on it. They'd have gotten their blood sausages, one way or another.
Excellent. And this part, all the dialogue and stuff is part of those quest lines, right? So doing the raids that are part of the quest lines is going to give us more of those. I kind of want to see what those are now. So let me do up. This is just guards, warlocks, etc. Seems like it could be pretty straightforward. Spies, not cooks, not artisans. Wow. Guards. Level 7. Couple of extra spies. There we go. Go ahead and send them on that one. And I don't see any other raids. This is the Death 101. I guess we failed this one. So we'll need to try again. So we'll send orc, goblins, and trolls. So basically just orcs and goblins. 1, 2, and then goblin, and then goblin. 67%. Not great odds, man. I do wish it was better. He comes in, and they die. They just come in and they die. Thank you, level 1s, for your contributions. Real quick, let me take a look at our inventory stuff. The compost actually takes a lot. You need a lot of death to stock up on this stuff, man. But we are getting close to astral energy, and it just means that we can just, do teleports and spells and things like that. But I think maybe I should have a little bit more intel. I've gotten rid of a lot of the guard rooms, and that means we've gotten rid of a lot of the intel tables that would normally be in those guard rooms, right? So it's probably a good idea to add a few more, and maybe even go in and maybe modify this room and bring it all the way over here. I think we'll do that. I think we'll bring this all the way over like this. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to walk this way though. So getting to Zangdar's office now means going through this bathroom, which I think is actually kind of funny. You have to go through this dirty bathroom to get to Zangdar's office. I'm gonna let that be a thing. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade this, and in so doing, we will have additional places for intel to be spawned in here. We're gonna say, let's put it against this wall like this. That's fine. We'll go about like that with it. So more drow can go in and get us more intel. And maybe it would be worth it to add a door on this side. We could slide these over a little bit at that point, and we can put another door right here. That could be worth it if we maybe slide this over just a little bit into more of the middle of the room. If it fits, which it doesn't look like it's going to. All right, maybe we'll rearrange some of these to where we can put these even further up. So maybe we'll have this one be there. We can actually line them along this wall, because we won't really be using this wall very much either. We can go along that wall, and then this one we can move to be, let's say, like along that wall like that. And now you can move up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And it still doesn't matter, does it? It's just a really tight fit. I need more room in here to do that. All right, we'll actually bring you this way. I think maybe this will work. Bring you this way. There we go. I think if I move it up this far, it'll work out just fine. There. There. And we'll just place that right there. And now we can have the door be on that side. Okay. That works all right. I like it. The blood barrels. Let's place those. Right here. Big blood barrels. Super huge. Not sure where they would ever fit. There's just no room for these. We can get rid of the dwarf tables. Dwarves are annoying, remember? We can get rid of those. Just tell the dwarves to take a hike. We don't need them anymore anyway. All right, so we remove the dwarf tables, and I should now be able to fit our noble blood barrels in here. Oh, it's just so big, dude. Right there. They're enormous, but we can now serve it. And then we can go in and maybe put that little banner in that place. And there we go. So now we have the best of the best for these guys, yeah? So 2 more barrels to find. And then that's it. A lot of people not getting their salaries, right? Unpaid salaries, unmet salaries. I have so much cash. There's no excuse for that. I've got so many dwarves. There's no excuse for that. But it's here. It's a thing. It's what's happening. So I can't control it. I'm just going to have to ignore it and just keep replacing people as they leave. We have a new item for the dormitory. Caskets. Reserved for vampires to rest. Ooh, right. So up in level 3, is it? Yeah. Let's see if we can't add a casket or 2. I'll put a casket here and here. And I think it's funny to put it here because this is like our hospital area. And so I'm thinking, okay, so when people die in the hospital, you can put them in the casket. Yeah. I thought it was funny. Let's check the raid screen. All right. Death 101 spellbook acquired. Let's see what that's all about. We also get the booze stash. Very nice. And just another random raid, basically, for reputation's sake. Let's take the booze stash. Now, the booze stash, I don't think it's not part of this. So that's for something else. So we have now something new for the prison. Increase the morale of executioners when present in the room. Ah. Okay, so the booze stash is not something for the tavern. It goes in here for the executioners. That's a little different than what I thought it would be. And I don't see it in here. So it must be a special item. I thought it was... Oh, right there. I already checked it. That's why. We'll just pop it in the corner there, I guess. All right, so there's this mission up here called Wild for the Crown. And this gives us something called Bedroll's Secret Recipe. I don't know what to expect with that, but it sounds like something I want to go get. So we're going to send a couple of bankers and artisans and things over to go and get that because it's a relic. Yeah, we want to collect all the relics we can here. I'm looking at this one. It's just plants. I don't see anything for the tavern. But there is this. This is a string of sausages. This goes for the kitchen. It's like the one thing we can't have in the kitchen yet. And, I mean, we know how much people like their sausages. So this is what we got to do. We're going to go in and see spies, guards, spy. That's 100%. We don't actually need a level 8. We could probably send one of the lower ones. I bet we can probably send somebody like level 2 even, get 100% there. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I don't see anything for a barbarian specifically, you know? And we were just getting, I don't know how to actually get barbarians added. I don't see them as a recruitable race yet. I'm looking for the symbol that might go with that, but I don't see it yet. So if I'm missing something for getting barbarians, I guess it would be missing a specific raid that might unlock that for me. And I think what you're looking for with these is like the dissatisfaction of a certain, race. And I'm not seeing that. Zor, I suppose, but I'm not seeing anything that gives me this barbarian specifically. This is a story mission as well. We'll send spy on this if possible. We'll go level 8. And then level 7, and then we can come down and find our 6s. Should have a couple of those. There's 100%. 250 is what's needed for this, though. I still don't check that before I click the button, so it's just not something I'm used to doing yet. All right, so while the crown is done, and it's another heroic victory, we have Bruddle's secret recipe as a relic. We're going to see what that is. And then we also have our string of sausages. Yeah, I finally have that. And it moves on to the next quest, or next part of this quest. Just the monks bought an unharvested hop crop. Raid the farm before their harvest. They harvest their purchase. We're going to go ahead and just send this right now, but I bet the dialogue is probably talking about that. So send a couple of spies that way. We're going to send a few guards. The 100%. Go ahead and do that, and let's see what they have to say here.
There you go. The holy scriptures of the 6 Birchorns are... But are these grease stains?
Hey, this is Goddess Bread Roll's secret recipe for butter lembas.
Ah, so this is the other one. So maybe we'll get the dialogue for the next one, for the monks and stuff after this.
This is all very boring. I was hoping for something like a spell for lightning surges or some powerful charm.
So much sweat and gold and expense for some random elven waybread recipe. Not very exciting.
Hold on, you kidding me? The recipe for Elven Lembas? This is going to get us absolutely loaded. Sending it to the kitchen stat. We'll have customers camping at our door.
All my efforts for the tavern keeper.
Anyway, this blimp idea has some potential, Master.
Indeed, it might prove useful to me. Another great idea of mine.
Of course, Master. Of course. All right, cool. So we're already sending them off to the monks here to stop them, but hopefully this leads to us making even more money. I actually would like to see if there's any changes to that. I feel like we've already kind of maxed out our revenue potential in this building. But, you know, hey, if there's more people in line, I don't know whether we can expand upon this. We may need to delete this guard room before I can make that bigger. Right? That might just have to be the way it is. And if I do that, then I could add another, you know, regular bar or something to serve more customers and move them through the lines faster. Because we're going to see the lines start to increase. If we actually are getting more people coming in here, then, you know, the line should be going up from the results of these raids and everything. Another one just appeared over here, but it's nothing important for me. So again, I don't exactly know what the process is to get barbarians. I don't know if there's specific raids for that, but I thought I had quite a few raids for them already, and it didn't show up as anything special there. This is just to get us a plant. It's not really anything remarkable, but it shouldn't be very difficult to get either. So we'll send some of our somewhat newbie spies off to get that. And maybe we'll get, you know, a way to place that. All right, I'm going to let this run a little longer. I'm going to keep hammering away at the quests and stuff, trying to gather this stuff. As you want to take an update at the quest logs, the victory conditions for the Godfather, we've already got 2 of those, actually. So that's what I'm doing with the story missions. I'm working on those. And then we only have 4 victory conditions left, one of which is just going to happen with money over time. So I'm working on this one. We'll have this one happening kind of organically as we're working on this one. This one will trigger once we get to 100,000. And then, again, I don't really think we're going to get to the level 10 spellcasters. I don't believe that. Kitchen, we have the sausages now that we can add to different kitchens and everything. So real quick over here, if there's any space on the wall, we already have 5 stars here, but I've been wanting to add these to the wall for a while now. So maybe we'll eliminate a couple of these banners that don't need to exist here anymore. And we'll replace them with string of sausage. There we go. And then on this wall over here, we should be able to add the strings of sausage over here. Although this is where our vegetarian meals are made. So that's really fitting, right? So we'll add that over there like so. Yeah, take a look real quick at our supply as we're going. Obviously, we're still making a little bit of weapons. Astral energy is almost full. Our tools are just cruising up now because of the traps are not being triggered by our own people anymore. So we don't have to keep doing that. That's pretty good. And then our capacity for more intel is not that great, but we're spending it constantly, so I haven't bothered to do that. The raid range increase might be useful in getting raids that are farther away. If that is the case, we could look at that. But I don't know if that's really going to matter much. But if it will, then it will. I'm thinking for this out here, we can put maybe another guard room over here purely for intel again. But it's not going to be quite this. I guess maybe this size would be all right. Let's do it at like this size. If we do it at this size and go like this with the door, then I'm looking for like an intel gathering place, basically. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can have these secret spy cabinets along the wall side like that. That's probably okay. Just another room for us to do that. And then we can pull this back into the hallway more like that. Is that really where I want that? It's kind of sticking out. I like us to get warned before they steal anything, but I don't want it to be kind of in the way, the walkway kind of thing. But I guess that is, yeah, I guess it's fine to just be right there. And then we'll just add some traps in this area. We'll put landmines down, additional landmines down, I guess, in this side. And then maybe the spitter statues can go here in case they come on in, they just get smoked by the spitters. Easy peasy. All right, so you're getting raided here at the front door, and like they're dead before I can even zoom in on them because they're all level 1. It's great that way. Let's take a look really quick here. 32, 33. Yeah, I mean, we could gain money faster if I got rid of this guard room, but I feel like that might end up ejecting some of my level 7, level 8 guards. They might be attached to one of these lockers, so I think I'm just gonna let it go. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so we stop the monks, kick things up a notch is what it says. And then now once upon a time in a keg, and now we get the phenomenal bar. Oh, we got to get that. So for guards, warlocks, cultists, etc., there's a guard, and we want more guards. Guard, go. The phenomenal bar. We're just gonna get some skulls for this one. This is infesting the Wismal Temple, so I guess we're gonna go for that. We just need orcs and goblins, so it doesn't matter what their job is as long as they're orcs or goblins. So we'll send the goblin guards. 65% is not great, but hey, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll work. All right, so a bunch of raids are done, and some other ones are pretty close to being done. So let's go ahead and see how those go. This is a treasure hunt. We're gonna get a collector's shelf from this. We just sent some people over here. I didn't bother to show you that I was sending people on this stuff. There's a relic that's replacing this mission. It replaces it. Calls the Statuette of Gladiolfura. We've heard rumors that some loot would be hidden there. Couldn't hurt to take a look. Artisans and bankers, absolutely. We'll send a couple of bankers, and we'll send an artisan level 6. That's fine. Go. So we'll get that relic too. Very good. And then we also have some of these here too. Battle for Glory. What a slaughter. We cleansed the temple and took some gold skulls. There we go. And then finally we have another looting mission that I went on, and this gets us like a little plant. Gave my my other spies some experience there. And then this one's now done. This is a guild banner. There's a whole bunch of people coming back now, and it unlocks this mission, Preemptive Strike. We also have some dialogue that's going to happen, so let's take a look and see what that is. Also, real quick before I do that, I've noticed that my vampires, right, we saw this earlier, vampires basically eat level 1s. So if I go to vampire and confirm, I have one vampire here that's selectable, and you might remember the trait for vampires is that they eat rank 1 interns, basically. So I have had several interns, much like trolls, where they're eating goblins. The vampires also eat and kill your own people, but they only attack level 1s. Well, there's a relic that we just got recently, right? That recipe book. And that recipe book, the text for this says that it prevents your trolls from eating your goblins, and it prevents vampires from eating your interns. Well, happy days. That one would be great. Now I can have trolls again if I want to. Yeah, I don't have to worry about them, eating away at the interns. So if you get this relic, which didn't really line up with the other one, did I? There we go. If you get this relic, then you don't have to deal with that anymore, which is fantastic.
Alert! Gods help us! A horde of drunken barbarians is marching on the dungeon. To arms!
Maybe this is when I get the barbarians.
Quiet, Pipsqueak. Orloff, at your command. What's the situation?
The local horde of barbarians seems to be on the move. All those oiled hunks, and not a single neuron between them.
Do something! Anything! They'll slaughter us! Raise the drawbridge! Lower the portcullis! Arm the catapults!
Barbarians have a lot in common with shots. Just one and you're fine. Make it 100 and...
Efficient preemptive action. A raid against their camp. Break the chain of command by capturing their leader.
Lovely. I could use him to try out my new toys.
Wow.
And they'll leave us in peace while they fight over his crown. Perfect.
Just wow. Wow, Andraja, man. Real quick, let's go to the raid screen and we'll see what it is. Now that's the treasure hunt. This is the Black Day for White Knights. We can't quite do this one, but we need to get, there's disarray in the order for the Black Knights right now, for the White Knights, sorry. And we want to start a rumor that there's a dragon approaching the area so that they'll freak out and panic. They have no, like, organization, right? They're kind of out there right now. This is the preemptive strike, and we have the barbarians threatening the dungeon. Quick raid on their nomad camp would allow us to capture their leader, which should calm the horde. And I think this is probably where we start being able to recruit our own barbarians. So let's go ahead and do that. We need to send spies, guards, warlocks, etc. So let's go ahead and send a level 9 spy. Maybe we can get that to level 10. That'd be nice. Oh, that's not a spellcaster, though, so that doesn't really apply. Maybe I should start sending some of my warlocks and stuff on these missions to try to get them up to the appropriate level. There's a far magician. I think that counts as a spellcaster, so we can send that. I don't think we have... I mean, like, not in a high level, right? There's a warlock. I guess we could send that. Another far magician there. That gets us to 100%, but we should send more of our spellcasters on these missions just to try to level them up. So that's 100%. Pure spellcaster right there, which is pretty good. So we'll go ahead and do that. Mortality rate is a 20% for this, but we'll be successful. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. We have some bounty hunting stuff, and then there's this one here, a Black Day for the White Knight. So I want to do this. It just doesn't have enough. I don't have enough intel yet, so I do have to wait a little bit longer for that intel to kick in. And now I have to decide whether it's worth even getting trolls to begin with. I can get trolls if I want to. And I'm thinking about adding, you know, the guard room for trolls. I could probably just put it back where it was, right? I mean, this was where it was, right? This is a dormitory now, but I could change it to... that. Or perhaps I can just turn this whole area into a guard room anyway. If I do something like this... We do this, right? And we add a door. I was gonna hopefully add a door on that side, but we can't do that. Yeah, it won't let me do that. So we have to cancel that. So perhaps level 5 is where the trolls can live. And we can place them in this little area right here is what I'm thinking. So guard room, we put the trolls maybe in here like this. Put a door there and there. And so now if you do manage to make it past these traps, which they won't, but if somehow, some way they manage to do that, you know, we just simply... Where's the troll? Right here. Troll locker. Then they have to come through the troll, where the trolls are. But now that they won't eat my goblins, this becomes a lot better for us, right? We can just have quite a few of these in here. I can have even more trolls than before. Go. And we now have a troll dormitory, and we're going to need a place for the trolls to sleep as well. We have... not the dormitory. That's the guard room. We need a place for trolls to sleep, and it can be back over in this area. So we'll put the troll sleeping areas, straw futons. We get them to come back over like this. That'll be where six trolls can sleep there on the straw beds. All right, so we're gonna have trolls back again. Makes me feel pretty good. And hopefully this leads to a lot less people dying, because things like the domestics being drained of blood by vampires, right? Guards quitting because of unmet needs, and there's really no way to tell what that is unless I look at it. And tired, bored, smell like an elf, whatever. I mean, There's not a whole lot I can do about that. I've given you plenty of places to sleep, but you're just not doing it. And like, there's so many beds for you guys to sleep in. All right, so many beds. I'll add even more in here. Bunk beds. All right, we'll just add like a few more bunk beds even for you guys to sleep in. Yeah, about like that. Even like that's 4 extra beds in there now. So I don't want to hear any whining. It makes no sense to whine like that. All right, let's take a look at the dungeon again and we'll grab this. All right, troops did a thing. They brought a monk back, but not the right one. We now get the phenomenal bar, and now I have to see what that's going to do for us and how big it is and where is it going to go. So we now have access to this. By default, sells low quality beer, attracts all origins, used by customers to order drinks and food. This is 300. It is massive. It is pretty damn huge, man. It is so big. I would have to move. I have to open this up, right? I just don't think I can afford that. But I don't have a huge line right now anyway, so it's maybe worth it to rearrange a few things. You know, like I could fit that bar in this area, maybe. How big is that really? Let's go into this menu. Will it fit anywhere in here? It won't let me even see it. Let me see the size of this thing. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just so big I can't even like hover it over top of things. So I might be able to fit that in here, but that requires me removing tables, and that means lowering customer capacity because I'm pretty much exact on 150 right now with my tables. Now that I removed the dwarves, so that took away 8 spots, and then no, 6 spots. Maybe it was 8. I forget. It decreased my maximum by 6, so I think maybe it was already 2 over on the seats, and so it took away 8 since I was already at like 152, I guess. It went down to 144, and then I added an extra table here, which added 6, and that plus popped me back to 150. So I'm thinking that I don't want to remove any tables. So I'll have to find a way to put that bar in so that I have it. And I'm thinking it's right here, right? If we get access to this for the tavern, we place the phenomenal bar right in here. We could probably get rid of this at that point, and we'll just have. We don't really need to serve more customers, but we can if we want to. So these guys are coming in, and they are just gonna die right away. Bang bang, zap zap zap, boom boom boom, fire fire, dead dead, explosions, poof. And no, oh wait, here it is. Bang, there it is. They survived quite a long time through my traps, but I didn't have to have anyone hit them, and so now my guards just to keep practicing. I do wish that maybe there was like some magic training, like my spellcasters could level up without being in combat, that kind of thing. I think spellcasters probably only level up by going through and trying to get astral energy, which is not really preferable. I'd rather have something else. The fire grimoire needs to be here, and I'm gonna have the fire grimoire held by Sinvorn. There you go. We can add bone death 101. What is this? Uncertain death. It doesn't do any damage, has a chance of killing any target on hit. Okay, what does it do if I put it inside one of these, though? I wonder. I have to figure out where it was. Where was the fire book at before? I wish there was like a way to look through like a list of these things and just zoom right to it when on the list. There's nothing on floor 1. I don't think I have a spare one. Yeah, I don't have a spare one at all. I guess we duplicate and place this here. I want to see what happens if I use that on one of these instead. I don't think I like the location of this thing. So let me use Death 101 here. So when displayed in a reliquary, it just increases all the damage dealt by everybody. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's worth it, but I mean, we don't really have anybody fighting, so I think I'd rather put all the books on the stands in there. Yeah, I think I will. Ice Grimoire can be removed. Replace it with this. It's useless. That one's okay. Book of Healing can go. We'll replace this with nothing. We'll just remove it, and that will be the extra one we have. So go back up to floor 6. Let's make sure we put all the spell books in here. I just want to see all of them in here. So I'll put ice there, and we'll give it to you. Let's put the lightning one. Put it there, and give it to you. We put the Book of Healing here, and we give it to you. And then we have the Bone Manual, and that's given to our Vampire Lord here. There we go. All right, Necromancer, whatever that person is. And then the Death 101, we can assign that to you as well. So we're going to need another... Yeah. We're going to need another Necromancer here. So we get... It looks to me like that's a vampire. That is. That's being assigned to a vampire. So I need to actually have vampires to do this. So we'll grab a couple of vampires. And then Death 101 will get added to, let's say, Botrica Glomo here. Okay, cool. I'm not sure about the other stuff, right? But I can get all my spell books in here once I collect them all. Speaking of which, did I get close yet? I'm at 9 out of 13. There are still 4 more books that I have not collected yet. Wild. Well, there's a statuette, another relic we can place in. And then we get the dissatisfaction of barbarians. Nar the Cruel, a barbarian chief, even started saying some interesting stuff after Draja grilled him gently. So I'm assuming now that means I could potentially recruit barbarians. Is that the thing? I don't see a symbol in here for them, so maybe that's not a thing yet. Let's take a look at the raid screen here one more time. The Riddle of Steel. According to our prisoner, the barbarians who set up camp in the area are in possession of a large amount of loot and magical relics. We should make sure of it by infiltrating their camp. We get melee training weapons rack, which is a really good thing to have right now. So let's just grab the spies to go in and do it. And we'll have, I don't know, a couple like lower level spies join the party here. There you go. And then over here, more spies can go in and get these guys. I have lots of spies, so we'll do that. And then I also want to put some spellcasters on this stuff too, just to kind of try to level them up a little bit. So maybe we can go and get let's add some you don't have any wizards up here by chance? I mean, I know I can just filter, but I was just hoping they'd be here. We can send a couple of our magicians. That'd be all right. And then the spies give us the bonus up to 100%. Ah, I did it again, guys. I'm not paying attention to how much stuff this takes. This can be done. Ye old crafty quality beer. That's what we need, actually. So let's make sure we do this too. So level 8, and then come down and let's send a couple of our magicians on the mission, and then the spies to make sure that it gets completed. There we go. All right, ye old crafty beer. Perfect. I'll be right back. There's another raid over here on the screen actually now. I've let it run for a little bit. This one, this is going to give me orc-based adventure cycle fertilizer. No idea what that is. But it's the one behind it as I'm looking at. This one unlocks Zangdar's telescope. Could be kind of cool to have Zangdar's telescope. It also says this is available for a limited time, so we should probably do it now. We'll send a couple of bankers on this and then a couple of artisans. And that usually gets me to 100% right there. We have the Riddle of Steel completed. Infiltrated the barbarian camp, and we're going to get the melee training weapons rack, which is going to be great for us there. This unlocks a new mission over here. It says we have planned to seize the barbarian's loot. We will redirect a herd of wildlands long-haired morse-legs straight at them. This should be quite the smoke screen. And we get the Uklos skeleton, whatever the heck that is. So guards, warlocks, etc. We need 120 for that, though, so we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. And we get a new item now in the training room for the melee training weapons rack. So make sure we go ahead and place that in here as well. Melee training weapons rack goes in. Right there is fine. All right, that'll make melee training much better in that room, right? Reduces the energy loss that they get. And we can also place another one over there. All right, so both of the training rooms now result in less energy loss when they're in here training and everything. Cool. Excellent. Okay, back to the raids, and we get this one. We'll be able to negotiate our rates directly. So we now get the ye old crafty quality beer kegs. And that ticks off another one of our checkboxes up here for this victory condition as soon as I place it in the tavern.
There you go. Problem solved. The Abbot of Glarg offered us a preferential rate.
That's a win in my book. Drinks are on me.
Affirmative! Some ale for the mess is good for morale.
And torturing a monk was quite stimulating, actually.
How big are these things? So right here, they look like they're the large ones. The really big ones again. Okay. So yeah, like we really need that space, you know? I guess I could probably get away with taking away some of these buffets. We don't need so many of them. So I could get away with that and go like doing that and then slide you over towards the door more. And then when I do that, I could then go in and let's say we move this table to be over there. And maybe we move this picture to be somewhere else, wherever it can fit, I guess. It just has to be here for prestige reasons. We'll put it over there. That seems fine. And then once that's gone, I think at that point we can probably put in yield crafty quality kegs, possibly right here. Looks like they're in the way of something still. Okay. The both of the kegs are interrupting each other. All right, the pet hamster thing. I mean, it was cute, but it's going to be in my way. Pet chickens and such. Let's move those out of the way as well. So the intruders died immediately. Go figure. And get people moving around here. Have tavern at max prestige is no longer a thing. Oh, there it goes. It should be a thing. Hey, now. Don't give me that. Don't you dare take that away from me. I think they just have to finish their constructions first before that ticks again. Because technically we're still under construction. The picture's been put back. There it goes. Okay. So let's slide this down like that. This shelf. Leave the shelf. I don't care. I'm hoping just by sliding that down, though, we'll be able to put in the quality kegs right here. Damn, really? Oh, man. This is... What a drag. All right, so these things are just so damn big. You know what? Why don't we put these here? And then maybe the EO crafty kegs could go on this side. I don't know why that would. I don't know why I think that would work. There's no way that works. We're gonna have to do something else with these kegs, man. They're just so big. Put a table here, and then maybe. All right, I think I figured it out. With the table, with this table moved away. Where's it gonna go though? Maybe it comes over here instead. This table needs to get out of the way. We're gonna have this sticking out a little bit, but I think this will be fine. I think this is what we need in order to make this happen. So this one is the blood noble barrel. So the ye old crafties now go where those was before. And yeah, there we go. Now these will fit. So it just needed to just stick out a little bit. But that'll tick this box off of our list, and we'll be back to just wanting the sublime Waldorgian wine barrels instead. And of course, everybody's quitting because they didn't get their salary paid. Gee, I can't imagine I saw that coming. Here we go. Just 2 bankers left is all I had outside the base. So we get Zangdar's telescope. We can go after that now. And then we're left with the adventure cycle thing there, just a standard mission there, and an Oakloof skeleton there, as well as many other things. So as far as victory conditions go, we're waiting on just this, and then the 100,000, and then I think I'm going to be good with that. I don't need to plan until I do all of these missions, and I'm not going to get all the spellcasters. I'm not even going to really get all the spell books, I don't think. It just takes too long to do that one. If the game had more substance in the late game, then I'd be more into doing it. But the game really, to be honest, the game really doesn't have a whole lot of substance once you've completed the story. There's not a whole lot of motivation. If they wanted to change that and make it a real challenge, one, they have to fix the bank issue. Because this is ridiculous. You know, like, look at all those people that have left because they didn't get their salaries. It's just insane. They have to fix that. But once they fix that, I would get rid of the relic that makes every raid be level 1. That's how I would do it. Just that would balance the game, because I think that, like I said before, that relic is basically a cheat code, and in my opinion, they should get rid of it in the game. That's just me, though. You know, what do I know? So I've been letting it run for a very long while. All right, not a very long while, but it's been a bit. We're almost to week 100 now, and we've had now 78 notifications now. It just keeps climbing. Might get to 79, then 80. These are all people leaving and dying, having unmet needs, and mostly it's the salary, but it's not really the unmet needs. But I think the game is just incapable of letting people get to their needs. I think whatever they've done to program the game, it just simply does not work to cater to their needs. I have more than enough beds, way more than enough food, way more than enough tables for everybody. They don't use any of the facilities. They just complain about not having it. So, yeah, I'm kind of done trying to cater to their needs. We just got this statuette. Increases the discontent of the Waldorg faction. And the Gullbarg will no longer attack my minions. And their attacks, they will now attack all passing intruders. So that second bit right there is actually a really big deal, because what it means we can do is we can move the Gullbarg's office now to being right here. And now he will just guard this place for us, right? So I can move his office over here. I'm not going to, because I don't care. They're all going to die from the traps anyway, but I could do that if I wanted to. Because sometimes some of these notifications are the Gullbarg killing our own people. And so now he won't do that anymore. And just unmet needs, unmet salary, unmet salary, unmet salary for days. Everyone, no one's getting paid. It's just insane. So yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna chalk it up and say we did what we could on that, and you know, it is what it is. It looks to me like some people actually got in and are really. What are you doing?
For your pleasure.
You're not. Get over there and get him. What? Really? Huh? What was that? You're just like, can't get me now, huh? How about now, huh? I'm just gonna practice my dodging, and then fail. Jesus. Okay, cool, awesome. So they're all level 1, yet they still got in and killed a couple of our people. That's great. I don't know what happened in that room. Heroic victory here is we just got the adventure cycle fertilizer, whatever the heck that is. It probably has something to do with the compost. I want to do the White Knights thing. I have enough. Intel now, so I want to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and do the spies. We're gonna go 1, 2 on the 9 and 9, and then let's come down and add, say 6, 6, and one more 6, just to really give the experience how we need. And then over here, you can get the Uklof skeleton, I suppose. We'll add 1 spy, and we'll get some spellcasters in this too. Let's do a Far Magician. I want to see if Far Magicians count as spellcasters as far as the games that reach 13 level 10 spellcasters, right? We want to get to that if we can. So let's do the Warlocks. Get Warlocks in there. We'll take her away, and we'll add a Necromancer to it. Why not? Go ahead. So way over here, don't see anything yet. Don't see anything yet. Don't see anything yet. All right, I'll just let you guys right here. Barrels of unidentified blood. And here is another thing we could do there. It's not the one we're looking for our for the tavern, I don't think, but we'll make do. We need a couple of artisans on this. Call it good. We'll go ahead and grab that. I don't think that's the one we need. We need the Sublime Waldorgian wine. I still haven't found yet.
Master, the priests of the Temple of Wismal have returned from their seminar.
Oh, speaking of Wismal, we have his telescope. I wanted to install that now too.
What? But our troops, we were about to seize it.
Negative. We missed our window. Our forces lacked operational speed.
They're as fast as slugs, you mean?
There's worse. Given the evolution of the area, they seem to have negotiated some kind of spiritual association with the cult of Nurgle.
Hell and Gorgoth guts! We were so close.
I haven't failed any missions, so I think the game is doing that thing again where which is probably part of the theme. I hear that's a thing that just happens in the RPG, where like you're succeeded, but you still failed. Like I don't know what it is. Tool storage is now full, so we've now filled tools and weapons, and all the people who are making those are just making us money now. So we're just gonna see our money climb even faster now. Should be great. I don't think we have any additional spell books to add. We pop the lightning grimoire in here. I think I want it to be there though. Lightning grimoire there, and we'll add it to you. Okay, good. Any other spell books we can add over here? Yes, the Book of Tough Luck. I just got this. The Book of Tough Luck. Cast a cursed projectile, has a chance to apply the curse Tough Luck status effect. But I also want to see what does that do if it's placed in here. So let's go down to one where we have it available. I'm not sure where that would be. I think I've used all of these. Yeah, but we can also take the Book of Delul out of here and put that up there, the other one. So let's try the, where is it? The Book of Tough Luck. When displayed, increases all damage dealt. Oh, okay, so it's the same kind of thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, fine, it's fine. We'll remove that. Go back up to floor 6, and let's put our spell books over here where they belong. So we're gonna say the Book of Delul will be here, and we'll add, we don't have any spellcasters for this. So this one belongs to what? Curses and stuff, probably a cultist. I don't have any like cultists and stuff anymore, so we'll have to get some of those. So we'll have like a few cultists here. That was a level 6, that's good. A necromancer here we can have. I was hoping for a higher level one, but it's gonna have to do. And then we can add that book here, the Lul. There we go. So these are for the warlocks, level 6. And then we also have the Book of Tough Luck, and we can give you to, I guess, the level 3. Tough luck for you. So we have 2 additional stands for books. So it seems pretty good. Got the red over here, different colors and everything. Yeah, I like it. All the different flames and stuff. Very magical place in here. I'm digging it. Seems pretty good. If we could just keep people long enough, they can, get their salaries and shit. So all the story missions are just being constantly focused. And then every once in a while, I'm just kind of clicking these buttons to see if I find something like a fountain of blood. That seems pretty interesting. And then I send my bankers on it because people aren't getting paid anyway, so what do I care, right? We'll just send people over there to get it done. And then, elves looks like I don't see any other additional items we can grab. So I'll just wait that out, and we'll get our rewards as best as we can for all the missions that are there. Maybe refresh and see what else there is out there. Again, a way to tab through the available missions would be so much better than this. Showing me the rewards on the mouse over would be just a way to handle this. Like right away, that would fix it. But yeah, there's no additional rewards there either. So, okay. So last thing, I guess before I really am genuinely going to cut and then bring you back at the end of it. Before I do that though, I'm going to say that Zandar's apartment is going to get expanded. And I'm going to bring his apartment all the way out this far. And in so doing, we will also get his door to be here. And also on this side, I wanted to have a door on that side too. And it doesn't look like we're going to do that. So you have to go through this dirty ass bathroom to get into his office. No, I really want a door here. Oh, the door is there already. All right. Okay. There it is. Yeah. So there's a door on this side too. All right, so now his telescope. He has a telescope. It's right here. And it adds prestige to the room, which we don't really need all that much. But I figure, hey, there you go. A telescope into the bottom floor of the tower, right? I guess I could probably put it up here. I don't think the game will let me do that, though. Zangdar's telescope. I don't even think I can access it without being in the room menu, so that's not going to happen. We do have these adventure cycle fertilizer. Increases the chance that necromancers will produce a greater amount of compost when they store an orc corpse in a grave. Cool. We'll just set this over here on the side here. And we really I don't even know if we need all this stuff. I'm just gonna, add some stuff out there for character. I also probably should line them up, but hey, maybe that's also part of the character, is that they're not lined up. The green ambiance that's around them, making them seem like they really smell bad, right? There we go. We'll just set a couple of these things down there. People leaving because they're not getting paid. Go figure. All right, guys. I'm serious this time. I'll see you when I've got the Sublime Wildorgan wine barrels and when we get to 100K. All right? I'll be right back. Okay, I've been really trying to find this wine, and it's just not showing up on the map. So I'm having a hard time getting that. But 100K has been reached. Let's see what they say.
Master, we are the richest dungeon in the lands of Fang. Gloomberg ranks you at the top of the 500 greatest plutocrats.
I'd like to thank all the little people who helped me along the way. But I can't! I did it all myself! It's me! Me alone! And it's all mine! I love me.
And let's not forget about all the hard-working minions who...
Ha! Your headless gesticulations would be nothing without my entrepreneurial wisdom and my natural talent for accumulating money.
Yes, your plutocratic highness. Oh, about my salary.
Is that all you think about? Money. Money! It's not just about the money. You should be content with the honor of serving the richest warlock in the lands of Fang.
Well, I think...
No, you don't. I do. And now I think you should go back to work. I must grow ever richer, forever and ever. And there shall be no trickling at all.
Damn, Zangdar. Jeez. Okay, well, Zangdar the Plutocrat, we've got 3 victory conditions done. And if this wine barrel doesn't show up for me in the last 10 minutes, I'm just going to call it because I got to move on with other things, man. The magazine Financial Fang publishes every year its Fortune 500 ranking, which lists the greatest plutocrats of the land of Fang. Trees can't reach the sky, but your fortune can. Constantly accumulate more gold to finance your evil schemes, and I shall fuel your rise to the highest levels of power. We now get a personal reserve, which we can put in his office surely.
Victory! The treasure of the Barbarian kings is mine! Mine! And with it, the riddle of steel. One step closer to my sphere of invulnerability.
Well, not quite, almighty Zangdar. Their treasure is impressive, indeed. But as for Chrome's riddle of steel...
Yes? Get on with it.
This necropolis dates back to the end of the Mauryan dynasties, their darkest age. The only writings we found were some barbaric recipes, all based on roasted meat.
Dibs! You just struck gold, fellas!
Okay. I'm going to go down to his office really quick and see what we got there. This is Zangdar's dining table. Got that as well. So, of course, he dines looking at a picture of himself. Because, obviously. And then also, Olaf's skeleton can go in here as well. This is a pretty massive thing that you can see coming in right as you first walk into his office. You'll see this thing looking at you. Then I've got his cabinet, which I've unlocked as well. I've been busy here. I'll put a cabinet right there, I guess. And then I figured his personal... I figured that would be in this office, but maybe it goes in... Maybe it goes in Ravax's office instead. Let's see, what floor did I put his office on? I forget, 4. Maybe it goes in his office instead. Collector's shelf. I don't remember getting this, but I've been getting some things. I'll put that right there. And then I guess we'll just go into the list of items because I figured a personal reserve would be in here, but I don't see where the personal reserve is. I don't suppose it goes in one of these. No. Well, I don't know. That's an item I don't know the location of, but it's fine. I don't need to know the location of it. So I'm getting this one here. You got what it takes for a dragon. We can get the hamster statue from that. And then we're also getting mercenarism here, which is just an extra mission to try to get my spellcasters to rise their level up, basically. I've been trying for weeks in game to get this thing to show up, and it just doesn't show up. So I'm just gonna say, hey, you know, it's a simple barrel that we offer in our already very good tavern. Okay, it's not the end of the world if we don't get it. I did a little bit of decorations outside to make the place look a little bit extra spoopy, in case anybody shows up here. We got this blood fountain now, this new blood fountain with the torches and stuff going at it. So that looks pretty cool, I think. And yeah, so as far as victory conditions goes, I just have to find the damn barrel and put it in my tavern, and I'm done. And that's it. And then I've got 5 out of 10 of these done. I think that's good enough for me. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Dungeon of NAHEULBEUK'S. This is Dungeon Master. Yeah, NAHEULBEUK'S Dungeon Master. That's what it's called. I will be playing the Dungeon of NAHEULBEUK'S Amulet of Chaos on the second channel. Make sure you get subscribed to that if you want to see that. This game is sort of a prequel-ish, it's been said, like a prequel to that game. So, cool. We'll see about that. Obviously, we play as the heroes on that side, play as the villains on this side here. I don't know if we're going to run into ZANGDAR again, but hey, maybe we will. All right, so this has been a great experience. I do wish it was a little more deep in the late game. It does kind of fall out for me at the end, but that's okay. It didn't fall out for me while the story was still going on. I thought that was still pretty good. It's like once the story ended, then it was like it becomes a number crunching game and it becomes kind of a grind. So for me anyway, that's how I felt. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.